always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Doc's Motovlogs, and this is a very different kind of vlog that you are used to seeing. For those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Dr. Devashish, and yes, I am a doctor by profession. And so yes, I also happen to be a drummer. I'm the drummer for the band Urban Sages, and yes, I'm a passionate biker as well. So in this video I'm gonna talk a bit about my riding journey. So there are many things that I wanted to clarify, so here it comes. So yes, I started riding pretty late as compared to my peers, and that was mostly because I was in a boarding school. I was in Colonel Brown School in Dehradun, and whenever I used to come home, my dad didn't allow me to ride until I was 18, and that was good in a way and not so good in a way. So when I was about to hit 18, then my dad started teaching me how to ride on his Bajaj Chetak scooter, and I'm very thankful to him. Many of the basics that he taught me at that time, I apply it even now. And so that was then, and then I came to college, to RIMS. I started borrowing bikes from my cousins and friends. Then when I was confident enough, then I started. And finally I bought my first bike. That was the Yamaha R15 V2. And yes, I still own it, for those of you who are asking. I still own it, and that's one beautiful bike. So then I started riding. Previously I didn't, I rode with only, the helmet and shoes. I didn't ride with these my riding gear and all. Later on, I was introduced to this friend called Sahil, and he introduced me to the group called Clutch and Shift, which I'm a part of now. So we started riding together. We did a couple of short rides. Then we decided to do a long trip, and in October 2016 we went to Gurudongmar Lake in North Sikkim, and we went there on about 9th of October. We came back on the 20th, and then everything was going fine. We came back, we got a lot of praises and all. Then just after 10 days, a mishap happened, and the irony, all the way to Sikkim and nothing happened. And then I returned back, and then there's this overbridge called Dibdi in Ranchi, and as I was coming down, there was a car that was coming from below the bridge, and there was a gap in the divider. So the car came, and it just, without seeing who is coming from above the bridge, it just decided to take a U-turn through the gap. I was wearing my helmet that time, I was wearing a jacket, and there was a knee guard, there were shoes, everything, but then I had no protection here. Yeah, I slammed the brakes, I went and crashed to the car, and I hit my hip directly on the car, and that's how I fractured my acetabulum, which is, in layman's terms, it's the hip joint. Okay, so just imagine riding 860 kilometers to Sikkim, then coming back 860 kilometers, and then meeting with an accident in your own hometown. Okay, that was pretty frustrating. That was fucked up. And I was brought to the hospital after the accident. Then I got operated. A screw was fixed right from my femur to the acetabulum, and the screw is still there. Okay, and at that time many people started talking, saying many things like he was riding rash, he rides very fast and all. Okay, so there will always be judgmental people around you, so they were saying all sort of things, and my physical pain was one thing, then the mental pain was on a whole new level. And yeah, so then I developed peripheral neuropathy as well, which is basically like an electric current going through your foot, okay, or your hands. In my case, it was the left foot, and I used to wake up at 2 a.m. screaming in pain, and then I used to do some exercises and all. So, and yes, after the accident, I went intensive physiotherapy, and thanks to my physiotherapists, Satyam sir and Rahul sir, who helped me a lot. I mean, it wouldn't have been possible without them, so thank you. And when I was bedridden for about 2 months, and there were actually 3 things in my mind that inspired me to get back on my feet. The first was I need to be able to get up and treat patients. The second one was I need to get back on my saddle. Yes, the saddle. And the third one was to continue drumming. So these 3 things, I just kept in my mind that I need to get back. It was frustrating, but yes. So when I started walking on crutches, okay, that time one of my friends, he came on his bike to meet me. 2 of my friends actually, IDK and Nishant. And Nishant had just bought his Arun 5S that time. And I quietly, when they were inside the room, I just went out with my crutches, and somehow I managed to get on the bike. That was the moment I realized, yes, I can get back on the bike. Okay. And then I returned back from physiotherapy after a few months, rehab, intensive physiotherapy. I just pushed my limits beyond. I came back stronger, and then yes, I started riding again. So that was my story. And there are many people who think that I rode in a very rash manner, that's why I crashed. So this was a clarification for them. And yes, so after all this shithole that I was in, I was back, and I decided to buy another bike. And many people advised me against it, even my own parents. But then I can understand their concern. But I can't leave riding. And yes, then I rode to Patna in November 2018. Bought this beauty, came back, and I'm riding as hard as before. So this is a message. I hope you understand my journey, and that's all I wanted to say basically, that I didn't give up on my passion, and I basically ignored my haters. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank all my haters. Thank you, because without you all it wouldn't have been possible. And you just gave me that extra motivation to just keep going. And yes, thanks to all my family and friends, bandmates who supported me throughout my journey. And it hurts even now, but I have to live with it. But this is what I love to do, and I'll keep doing. And those of you who are into any kind of hobby or passion, just follow it, ignore the haters. And yes, that's all I want to say basically. So this is me signing off. I won't take much of your time, and there are other interesting vlogs on my channel, so you can go ahead and check them out. And if you like, you can subscribe, press the bell icon, like, comment, and let me know whatever you would like to say to me. And I'm dropping my social media handles down below, so you can check it out. So this is Docs Motovlogs signing off. Goodbye.